The phone rang on a quiet Tuesday afternoon. I was standing at my kitchen counter, carefully swirling vanilla frosting on a small layer cake I'd baked that morning. I'd even piped little flowers around the edge, something celebratory for what I thought was coming soon. I answered with a smile in my voice. "Jared, honey, it's Mom. I was just calling to check. What time should I arrive for the wedding? I don't want to be late for pictures or anything." A long pause. Then not Jared's voice, Sophia's. Bright, almost cheerful, like she was sharing good news about a sale. "Oh, Eleanor, we already got married yesterday. It was super small, just intimate. We only invited special people." The spoon fell from my fingers. Frosting splattered across the counter like white blood. The word echoed in my skull. Special people? I couldn't speak. Sophia kept going, something about how peaceful the ceremony was, how perfect the weather had been for their outdoor vows. In the background, Jared's voice, low and rehearsed. "Mom, it was really just us and two witnesses, nothing big." But I already knew it was a lie. My hand trembled as I ended the call without another word. I opened Instagram. Sophia's profile was still public, as it always had been when she wanted likes on her perfect life. The photos loaded one by one. Sophia in the white lace gown I had helped finance with a $1,200 deposit check last month. Jared smiling wider than I'd seen in years, her sister hugging them tightly, her parents hugging them tightly, her sister holding a champagne flute at what was clearly a backyard reception, tables with floral centerpieces, a string quartet in the corner, at least 25 people laughing and toasting. No empty chair for me. No photo of me at all. Special people. After 4 years of paying their $1,800 rent every single month, after buying the sectional sofa, the dining set, the new refrigerator when theirs died, after covering car payments when Jared lost his job for 6 months, after paying Sophia's emergency dental work, her self-care spa weekends, even the down payment on their used SUV. Over $110,000 from my savings, my pension, the life insurance my husband left when he died. And I wasn't special enough to watch my only son say, "I do." I sank to the kitchen floor, back against the cabinets, and let the sobs come, deep, ugly, the kind that hurt your ribs. The cake sat above me on the counter, untouched, ridiculous now. A celebration for a wedding I would never attend. Let me take you back, because this didn't start with a secret wedding. It started years earlier when I thought love meant never saying no. My husband, Tom, died when Jared was 15. Drunk driver, one rainy night, and everything changed. I became both parents, the breadwinner, the emotional anchor. I worked 2 jobs, day shift at the library, evenings at a call center. I skipped vacations, wore the same coat for 8 winters, ate peanut butter sandwiches so Jared could have new sneakers and college books. When he met Sophia in his mid-20s, I was thrilled. She was sweet then, polite, grateful. They married quickly. Soon after, Jared lost his steady job in marketing. Just temporary, he said. Sophia was between jobs too. I started helping, first with groceries, then utilities, then the full rent when their lease came up. $1,800 a month became automatic. I told myself it was temporary. I told myself it was what a mother does. But temporary stretched. Year 1, "Mom, the car needs brakes. Can you spot us?" Year 2, "Sophia's wisdom teeth are killing her. Emergency room bill." Year 3, "We want to redo the living room. Can you help with the furniture?" I wrote the check for $4,200 without blinking. Year 4, "Sophia's mental health days at luxury spas. $400 here, $600 there. It helps me be a better wife," she'd say sweetly. Every time I hesitated, Sophia would tear up. "We don't want to be a burden, Eleanor. You're the only one we can count on." Jared would add quietly, "I hate asking, Mom, but you're family." And I would cave every time because the alternative, watching my son struggle or worse, watching him pull away, felt unbearable. I postponed my own dreams. The cruise Tom and I planned for our 30th anniversary? Canceled. Doctor visits for my aching knees? It's fine, just arthritis. New glasses when my prescription changed? I can manage with the old ones. I told myself I was building security for them, building gratitude, building love. I was wrong. 1 week after the wedding call, exactly 7 days, my phone lit up again. Sophia. I almost didn't answer, but curiosity, or habit, won. Eleanor? Hi, listen, the rent is 2 weeks overdue now. The landlord served us papers. He says if we don't pay by Friday, eviction starts. You always make the transfer on the 1st. Did you forget? Her voice cracked on the last word, theatrical. I sat at the kitchen table where I'd cried 7 days earlier. The cake was long gone, thrown out along with any remaining illusions. I let the silence stretch until it hurt. "Sophia," I said, calm in a way that surprised me, "remember what you told me last week about the wedding?" A tiny inhale. "Eleanor, that was... You said you only invited special people." Silence again. I continued, "Well, I only help special people now." She stammered, "We're family. You're Jared's mom. Of course you're special to us." Funny how that specialness only appears when the rent's due. Tears now, real or performed, I couldn't tell anymore. "Please, we're in real trouble. Jared's been applying everywhere. We counted on you. Just this once more." I thought of every just this once that had come before, every promise broken, every photo from the wedding I wasn't in. "No," I said simply, and hung up. My hands weren't shaking. For the first time in years, they were steady. The next morning, I went straight to the bank. Mr. Ramirez, who'd processed hundreds of my transfers, raised his eyebrows. "Mrs. Hayes, canceling the auto pay? All of them?" "Yes, and please issue new debit cards, change my online passwords, freeze any secondary access. No one else." He nodded slowly, concern in his eyes. "If you need to talk..." "I'm fine. Better than fine." As I left, texts flooded in. Jared, "Mom, please answer. We need to talk." Sophia, "This isn't fair. We're going to lose everything." I blocked them both. That afternoon, locksmith. New deadbolts on every door. New keys. I'd given them a spare set for emergencies. No more emergencies belonged to me. I walked in the park that evening, slowly, breathing in the spring air. No rush to get home for a crisis call. No checking my phone every 5 minutes. Just me and the birds. It felt strange. Almost guilty, but the guilt was fading. 3 days later, I pulled into my driveway after grocery shopping. Jared's car was parked crookedly across 2 spaces. Sophia sat on my porch steps, mascara streaked. Jared paced like a caged animal. I approached slowly, bags in hand. "What are you doing here?" Sophia jumped up. "The landlord changed our locks this morning. We have nowhere to sleep tonight. Please, Eleanor." Jared stepped closer. "Mom, why are you punishing us? The wedding was a mistake. Sophia's family insisted on keeping it small. We were stressed. We didn't mean to hurt you." I looked at my son, 32 years old, still using the same pleading eyes he'd used at 10 when he wanted extra screen time. "You had a reception," I said quietly. "I saw the photos. Your in-laws were there, dancing, toasting, smiling. My place? Nowhere." Sophia, "It wasn't about you. It was about us starting fresh." "Fresh," I repeated. "On my money?" Jared, "We can fix this. Just cover rent one more time. We'll pay you back. We'll have you over for dinner. We'll make it right." I set the grocery bags down. "No, I'm done being your safety net." Sophia's voice sharpened. "You're being cruel, vindictive. At your age, family is all you have left." "At my age," I said, meeting her eyes, "I'm finally realizing I have myself, and that's enough." They left angry, tires squealing. I went inside, locked the new deadbolts, and for the first time turned off my phone completely. A week later, certified mail, a letter from a family law attorney. Concern for my mental capacity, abrupt, irrational financial changes, alleged isolation and paranoia, request for court-ordered evaluation, and possible guardianship. They wanted control of my accounts, my house, my life. I called Miss Patel, an elder law attorney a neighbor recommended after her own daughter tried something similar. "Textbook," she said after reviewing my records. "Financial abuse flipped into weaponized concern. We fight it with paper. Every transfer, every text begging, those wedding photos." I voluntarily scheduled a full cognitive evaluation. Results: superior for my age group. Memory sharp, judgment intact, no signs of decline. They tried Adult Protective Services next. A kind but firm caseworker came. I showed her bank statements, screenshots, everything. She closed the case in 45 minutes. No evidence of incapacity. This appears motivated by financial dependency. Jared called from an unknown number late one night. "Mom, Sophia's pregnant. We need help. Please don't make us do this alone." The word pregnant landed like a stone in my chest. For a moment, old instincts flared. Protect the baby, protect my grandchild. But I breathed. "Congratulations," I said evenly. "You'll figure it out, the way adults do." I hung up and cried again. But these tears were different, cleansing. Months passed slowly, then faster. I sold the big family house, too many echoes, and bought a bright one-bedroom condo downtown near the river. Smaller, but mine. No spare room for emergencies. I traveled for the first time in decades, a week in coastal Maine, walked on cold sand, watched waves crash, felt small in the best way. Joined the local book club, mostly women my age or older who'd all lived versions of my story. We laughed about the justice once lies we'd believed. Took a painting class. My first canvas was terrible, blurry flowers, but I kept going. Reconnected with old friends like Clara, who said over coffee one afternoon, "You look alive, Eleanor, like someone turned the lights back on." "I feel it," I admitted. "For the first time since Tom died, I feel like me again." No more 3 a.m. panic texts about overdrafts, no more canceling my own appointments, just quiet mornings with coffee and birdsong. A year after the wedding call, word filtered through mutual friends. Jared and Sophia moved to a smaller apartment across town. Sophia started working part-time at a boutique. Jared enrolled in night classes, something he talked about for years but never followed through on. They never apologized, never asked to reconcile. The silence stretched on, and it was the most peaceful silence I'd ever known. One evening, I sat on my tiny balcony, city lights twinkling below. The lavender dress still hung in my closet, unworn but no longer painful. Just a dress, a reminder of what I'd almost lost. I raised my tea mug in a quiet toast to the night sky. To special people. And for the first time, I included myself. If you've ever paid for love with your savings, your time, your dreams, know that you can stop. It will hurt. It will feel like tearing off a limb, But on the other side is space, space to breathe, to live, to become someone new. My name is Eleanor Hayes. I'm 69 now, and my life finally belongs to me. Thank you for staying with me through this long story. If it touched something in you, drop a comment. What would you do in my place? Until next time.